Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight, another episode of Boxing News Today. And today we're going to start off with some news about women in boxing who we've supported, as you all know, since day one. Some great news coming out of the United Kingdom. Over 2 million viewers tuned in to that fight that was shown via the O2 Arena in London on Saturday night. Fantastic all-female battle, and making it the most watched women's professional boxing show in UK history, and setting a new audience record for a live women's sport event on Sky Sports. It was also broadcast across the world to 150 countries. So, well done for Boxxer, Boxxer, and well done for Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall, who put on a heck of a fight, and all the supporting cast, including Alicia Baumgartner and Michaela Mayer, and all the young ladies on the undercard. A quick quote from Ben Shalom: "For women's sport, this was truly iconic, and we want to thank all the fans for the support, along with everyone involved, and of course all the fighters. We can now look forward to an extremely bright future and carry such positive momentum into the rest of the year with some huge fight nights ahead." The next fight on Sky Sport, by the way, will be headlined by Natasha Jonas, world title unification fight with Marie-Eve Declaire out of Montreal. And that's taking place on 12th of November in Manchester. That's a Saturday night. Buy your tickets if you're over there right now. It's going to be another great show. Fantastic stuff for the women in boxing today. Let's move along to a result that took place also on the weekend down at the Carib Royal Resort in Orlando. And a card promoted by Box Lab Promotions. Cuban rising star, undefeated super lightweight Kevin Brown is now 2-0. And he started off his career with a bang as he knocked out Adriano Porfino Ramirez. So Brown, who has fought in his first scheduled turnaround bout in his only second pro fight, was winning every minute of every round up until the point of stoppage. And that time of stoppage was 2 minutes, 34 seconds of round 6. And Brown, therefore, became the WBA Fedra Central Super Lightweight Champion. Interesting point here. He says towards the end of the story, let's have a quick look here. Yes, he said, "I'm ready to jump in right now with anyone in the lightweight or super lightweight division, whether it's Michelle Rivera, Javonte Davis, Isaac Cruz, you name it, I'll fight them." All right, some good words out of the Cuban, who's now training, I believe, out of Las Vegas with Bob Santos. All right, let's move along to Split Team Management, who sent us some news regarding their fighters. Ivan Gulub, originally out of Ukraine, and another of the fighters, Trinidad Vargas, had their heads raised with winning performances over the weekend. Thursday night at the Sony Hall in New York City, Ivan Gulub stopped Wesley Tucker at the end of round 4 of a scheduled 10-rounder in their junior middleweight bout. In round 2, Tucker had landed a left hook that made Gulub's glove touch the canvas for a knockdown, but in round 4, Gulub had a dominant round as he landed several flurries of hard punches that rocked Tucker, and in between rounds, the fight was halted in the corner. Oh, yes, Gulub is now being trained in Brooklyn, New York, coming out of Ukraine. He's now 21-1 with 16 knockouts. Toledo is out of Toledo. Tucker is out of Toledo, Ohio. Interesting. I didn't realize this. Gulub is actually promoted by Lou DiBella. Also, just a couple hours down the road from me, Friday night down in Niagara Falls, New York, Trinidad Vargas remained undefeated with a 4-round unanimous decision over Jen Gonzalez in a bantamweight bout. Vargas, he's 19 years of age. He's out of Dallas, Texas, had an incredible amateur resume that culminated with a record of 198 wins, 12 losses, and 13 national championships. So good for him. And he's actually promoted by Talkin Promotions out of Japan. All right. Elsewhere, with respect to upcoming shows, we have Showbox, the New Generation Fight Card Update. Showtime Sports' popular prospect series Showbox, the New Generation, returns to Bali's Atlantic City Casino and Resort, the site of the first Showbox 21 years ago, for the second time in 2 months this week, with an exciting triple header featuring 4 undefeated fighters with a combined record of 82, 3-3. Wow, let's have a look here and see who's on the card. In the main event, fast-rising blue-chip prospect Isaiah Steen, 16-0, 12 knockouts, will get a chance to slingshot himself up the super middleweight rankings when he takes on dangerous power puncher Sena Agbiko. to 26-2 with 21 knockouts of his own. This will all take place on Friday, October 21st, as I said, on Showtime at 9:30 Eastern Time. Both Steen and Agbiko are Showbox alumni, as the heavy-handed Agbiko faces Steen in the 10-round main event at 168 pounds. In the newly updated co-feature, perennial spoiler and Showbox alum Marcus Taylor, who's 12-1-2, is taking on undefeated Marlon Harrington, 8-0, 7 knockouts, in an 8-round super welterweight attraction that was originally set to open up the telecast. The updated opening bout will now see an intriguing 8-round clash between undefeated heavyweight prospect Elvis Garcia, 12-0, 9 knockouts. Are you listening, Carl? And Moses Johnson, 8-0-1 with 7 knockouts. Garcia had a successful amateur career, winning U.S. national silver and 2 bronze medals, and also garnered 2 more bronze at the U.S. Olympic qualifiers in 2015. Johnson, for his part, won the 2015 New York Golden Gloves competition. So there's some intriguing heavyweight prospects to look out for, courtesy of the U.S. program. Let's move along now to Saturday night. RDR Promotions will stage its inaugural event at the Yeshe Center in Grand Yeshe Ballroom in South Philadelphia. The card is dubbed Young Kings, will feature some of the top emerging talent in the Philadelphia area. The card will be a pro-am fight that will feature top amateur fighters in the city of Philadelphia. In the featured 6-round bout, undefeated Isaiah Johnson will battle William Para Smith in a junior welterweight bout. Johnson's fighting out of Sicklerville, New Jersey, and has amassed a record of 5-0, by the way, with 5 knockouts. Wow, good for him. Smith is out of Anchorage, Alaska, is 4-11 with 3 knockouts of his own. And the 25-year-old Smith has faced 6 undefeated fighters, plus Johnson's brother, Nahir Albright. Smith is coming off a unanimous decision win, though, over Daniel Robles, 7-1, on October 13th back in Melrose, Massachusetts. In other fights on the card, Rashawn Adams takes on Kelvin Smith. Elijah Almeida takes on Raheem Cook. Nimal Farmer takes on Leonidas Flowers. Marvelous Corbin takes on Joshua Zimmerman. And Gandhi Romaine takes on Jeremiah Kendrick. As I said, these are featuring top amateurs from Philadelphia, Washington, Newark, and New York, plus Olympians from around the world. We also have some two ranked fighters, the 125-pound open class, females. Celine Bay, 110, number 1 ranked in the country, and Jaden Kane from Pennsylvania, 139, elite Golden Gloves champion. Christian Ortiz, Suave Downs, Tyree Haywood round out the fighters on this particular card. Great stuff down in Philadelphia, as usual. Undefeated welterweight prospect Denzel Double Impact Whitley plans to capture his first title, ascending to a regional contender status November 19th against his stiffest test to date, Chris Jacobs, on the Springfield Championship Boxing, presented by Granite Chin Promotions at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Massachusetts. Says Granite Chin Promotions President Chris Trietti, Denzel has been a rising star in the local boxing scene since turning pro. He's been competing at a rapid pace and continuously stepping up in competition. Chris Jacobs represents a real test for Denzel to show he's ready for the next level. And he wants to thank Boston Boxing Promotions for working with him to make the fight happen. Fair enough. Whitley, by the way, he's 9-0. He's fighting out of nearby Holyoke, Massachusetts. He's a legacy boxer trained by former pro fighters and his brothers, former Derek and Uncle Darren. In an 8-round co-featured event, we're going to see a pair of undefeated fighters. I've mentioned this before. Pittsfield's Stephen Sumter, 6-0, and Edith Papito McPanan, 8-0. For the vacant, ready for it, Massachusetts State Light Heavyweight Championship. So, triple header of Western Massachusetts top prospects in Grant Chin's inaugural show. Also features super welterweight Carlos Castillo, 5-0, and Travis Gambardella, 7-2-2, and he's fighting out of Revere, Massachusetts. The Western Massachusetts triple header showcase also features a 6-round throwdown between 24-year-old Castillo and Revere, and Travis Gambardella Castillo is also a skilled boxer stepping up to competition to fight Gambardella, who has won 5 of his last 7 fights, and his 2 draws could have easily been victories, apparently. The undercard is topped by undefeated lightweight prospect Ray J. the Destroyer Bermudez, 16-0, fighting out of Albany, New York, against battle-tested gatekeeper Tyrone Hands of Stone Lucky in an 8-round match. Bermudez, by the way, is trained by his uncle Hector Bermudez, who owns and operates a gym in Springfield. Also fighting on the undercard in 4-rounders is a Springfield super featherweight Isaiah Cruz, 4-0, and a Springfield lightweight Carlos Gonzalez. Also pro debuting Matthew McGee out of Fairfield, Maine. Wow, a lot of fighters coming up through the ranks down in Massachusetts, and we thank Granite Chin Promotions for promoting them, bringing them to our attention. Speaking of attention, seems like Jazza Dickens wants some attention. The new IBO World Featherweight Champion, Jazza Dickens, has issued a withering put-down to Leigh Wood, telling him, "You're conning the public." Dickens won the vacant IBO strap, as you might recall, down at Pro Bellum Liverpool 2 on Saturday night, outpointing South Africa's Lorado Domini after 12 hard rounds. And after that fight, he went straight after Nottingham fighter Leigh Wood, basically urging his rival to put up or shut up, having not fought since March. Said Jazza Dickens, he's supposedly taking these big fights, but he's not. He's conning the public. He's saying that he's going to fight Lara, then he pulls out. He's saying he's going to fight Santa Cruz, then he pulls out. So put up or shut up. Stop telling people you're doing this and doing that, because you're not. He won the world title, so I'll give him his props. I was proud of him that night. He did really well, but he's blagging it right now. If he wants to come here to Liverpool and try and blag it, he won't get away with it. Dickens, by the way, had fought twice before failed in world title attempts, but on an emotional night in front of his home fans, he got the better of dangerous Dilamanini and won a unanimous decision. But no sooner had the IBO belt been fitted around his waist than he set his sights on Wood. And he concludes with this: "We've got history, we've fought twice before, and that seems to be common sense fight to make," he said. So let's see if that happens. Let's see if Leigh Wood steps up. We know that he was apparently injured, and that's why he had to step away from the ring for a few months. But I'm sure he'll be back, and whether or not he takes on Jazza Dickens is another story. If he does, it'll be yet another UK-based story for UK boxing fans. And let's see what happens elsewhere around the world in that division first. All right, boxing fans, thank you for joining me here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe. And remember to join me later on at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for Knuckle Up featuring Mike Orr and Cedric Ben. Thank you. We'll see you then.